The former director of the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention testifies on Capitol Hill today.
She was in the position for less than a month after being fired by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Mark Curtis is in the newsroom with more. Mark?
She says this is the story of integrity versus towing the company line. In her testimony today, the former director told senators that RFK put politics ahead of public health. She says she was fired because she refused to do that. Secretary Kennedy previously called the ex-director a liar over her comments. Dr. Susan Menarez testifying after her tenure as CDC director lasted for just 29 days.
I was fired for holding the line on scientific integrity.
Menarez, the first Senate-confirmed CDC director, was ousted last month after clashes with Kennedy over vaccine policies and staffing. The ex-director saying Kennedy demanded all CDC policy and personnel decisions be cleared by political staff, and for her to commit to approving vaccine recommendations and fire without cause career officials responsible for vaccine policy.
I responded that I could not pre-approve recommendations without reviewing the evidence, and I had no basis to fire scientific experts. He told me he had already spoken with the White House several times about having me removed.
Kennedy, who previously described Menarez as a public health expert with impeccable credentials, had this to say earlier this month when asked by senators about her firing.
I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, "Are you a trustworthy person?" And she said no.
Also testifying, Dr. Deborah Howry, who stepped down as the CDC's chief medical officer in protest after Menarez was fired.
I resigned because CDC leaders were reduced to rubber stamps, supporting policies not based in science, and putting American lives at risk.
In the end, Menarez said she wasn't willing to compromise scientific integrity in exchange for staying in her position. And even some GOP leaders seem to agree. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, who's also a medical doctor, said turmoil at the top of the nation's public health agency is not good for the American people. Guys?
Yeah, well, there's definitely been a major shift in many elements of health care over the past year or so. All right, Mark, thank you for that.